Yo, what's going on? It's Keith from Black Quarterback Series. A little bit of different video for you guys. Let's get into it. USFL ball. Let's talk about it. So hey, if you don't know, my name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback Series. And normally throughout the season, I do NFL content regardless of every black quarterback and whatnot. But as of recently, we have, if you didn't check my video out last week, I'm going to leave the link up top. We have new football. We got a new football league. It's called the USFL. Not like the old USFL, completely different company. Fox has a stake in it, and a couple of other major companies have a stake in it. So, and you can tell in the quality of the production and the quality of football that's being presented on the field. So this is kind of going to be like a casual week 2 review, because obviously it's only week 2. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and act like I know all the players and their backstories, but you go check some of these players' backstories out. There are really high-level football players in this league. Like if the NFL is the 0.1% or the 1%, this league has the 0.5 or 1.5% of that 0.5. There's some high-level talent in this league that you will probably be able to see from some of my highlights that I'm gonna run in the background. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 games this week. It's eight teams in the league. 4 each conference. I think they call them conferences. You have the North, and then you have the South. And I'll put a screenshot of all that on the screen. You have 3-point plays in this league. It's NFL rules other than that. They have mics. They have kind of like, if you watch my XFL coverage, it's kind of like if you mix the NFL with the XFL. This is kind of the thing that you get. And so with these reviews, I'm just going to be going over some of my takeaways. There won't be a lot of breakdown analysis on it because I don't know these players yet. So maybe hopefully by the time we get to week 5 or 6, I'll know the players and all their stories by now. But that's my advertisement for the USFL. So let's go into the first game of the day. New Jersey Generals versus the Michigan Panthers. So I got DeAndre Johnson. If you don't know who DeAndre Johnson is, he was the last chance U star. I forgot what season he was on, but really dope quarterback. Kind of fell out of favor because of some legal trouble, which is why he was at last chance U in the first place. Career hasn't really went the way we all thought it was gonna go coming out of high school, and so he's in this league trying to make a name for himself. He went to 4 or 5 colleges, and he's trying to make a name for himself. But the thing I saw from him Friday. This game is Friday. The talent is there, and I put this on my Instagram. Link will be my Instagram in the description. I put this on Instagram Friday night. He has NFL talent, but he doesn't have NFL quarterback talent. I don't use that lightly because of the stigma of the black quarterback, but it just does not seem that he has football intelligence is out this world. But to me, it just looks like he hasn't been properly coached. I think if he was coached well, which he will be in this league because there are a lot of great coaches in this league, I think he'll be fine. But it's a travesty that he's even in this league to begin with, because I think he's an NFL talent. So they ended up winning 10-6, but it's not like they did anything spectacular. To really win, and they had a back and forth quarterback rotation. I'm not a big fan of that. But in this type of league, you kind of have to do that. You kind of see that. You'll see that throughout the whole league, that most people are running a 2 quarterback set, other than Jamar Smith's team, which he's only in the game because the starter got hurt. So that's something I'll get into when I get to the Birmingham game. But another thing that stood out: Jeff Fisher is coaching in this league. And if you're a St. Louis Rams fan, you'll know why that's significant, because he's terrible. The same BS he was doing here is the same BS he's doing in that league. Run the ball, never pass, run it on 2 and 15, and then wonder why you punting the ball off on fourth down. Jeff Fisher is a terrible head coach, and the fact that people are still giving this man head coaching jobs is ridiculous. Like, I don't think he's even scored a touchdown yet. I don't even think he scored a touchdown yet. Yeah, I don't even think he scored a touchdown yet, to be for real with you. I'll have to check the numbers, but I doubt it. But Philly played well. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, nothing really to speak of very much in this game. Pretty boring game Friday. But Saturday got off to a bigger bang. So we had the Philly Stars against the Pittsburgh Maulers. Sound like some stuff you put together on 2K or Madden when they had creative team. Philly had a good offense, but in the second half they kind of like fell off. They was kind of stagnant. They kind of fell off the map, and luckily they had just enough offense to win the game against their state rival and in the Maulers. This was probably one of the games where you looked at it and was like, okay, this league has talent. You know what I mean? Like, this league has talent, and it might stay around for a while. The first 3-point play was made in this game, or the first 3-point conversion was made in this game by Paul Terry. I'll put the play up. The play is probably right here as I'm talking. Really good game. I appreciated the football. It was good football. You might hear me say that a lot in this series, because you're just looking for good football. You're looking for good football in these type of leagues. You're not really looking for like super duper stars yet. And then we had Birmingham Stallions against Houston Gamblers. Now this was the best offensive showcase of the week. I'm gonna kind of tell you guys kind of what I'm looking for next week. Birmingham plays New Orleans. That's gonna be the game of the week, and you guys will realize why it's the game of the week when I get to New Orleans. When I get to the New Orleans breakdown, you'll realize that. So, so first of all, baseball was on. So I had to go back and find like the first 15-20 minutes of this game, and I missed 2 pick sixes. The second pick six, well, let me get to the first one. The first pick six wasn't even really the quarterback for Houston's fault. It wasn't even really his fault. His receiver fell down and they took advantage of it and ran it in. But the second one was just a bad pass by Jamar Smith, and they ended up running it back in for a touchdown. So they do this thing called I forgot what it's called, but where you can hear everything, and so the announcers will stop talking and you can hear all the play. It is great. You know when you see it. So if you watch it, if you watch a game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where they just stop talking and they open up the mics, so to speak, and they let you hear everything. It is one of the best football experiences ever. As a football junkie, it's called Crank It Up. The feature is excellent. It is excellent. It's kind of like football films but live, or NFL films but live. It's great. And for any football junkie, I think you would really, really like it. Both of these teams had really good defenses. It came to a point where both defenses were just making stops, making plays, doing what they had to do to try to secure the win. But ultimately, the Houston Gamblers just had a little bit more. Than the Stallions, and they came through with the win. Birmingham. Another takeaway from this game that I didn't get a chance to say. Jamar Smith, which is going to be our guy. He's probably going to be my favorite guy moving forward. Jamar Smith for 20 for 30, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. There's no reason he shouldn't be the starter for the rest of the season unless he gets hurt or something. Because he shouldn't have been the starter at the beginning of the season, but the starter got hurt, and so now he's showing why he was the starter. He played at Louisiana Tech, I think that's what they said. He played at Louisiana Tech with the same head coach that he has here, so continuity and whatnot. So of course he's gonna look good. And the difference in the game that I saw was number 47. his last name is Gates. I think it's like Marquez. I don't know how he pronounced his name, so I'm just gonna put his face and his name up there. So he was all over the field. Every time I saw something, every time there's a play being made for Birmingham, it was number 47 on their defense making the play. And you remember I told you guys about the feature, the crank it up feature. Thornton, the quarterback for Houston, was quote unquote rattled. And you could tell when he went back to the sideline and you could hear him yelling, "What's the play? What's the play?" You could tell that he was rattled, which is why he threw 3 interceptions. He threw 3 interceptions in the game. He was just shook. And luckily they came through with the win, and so it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But needless to say, probably best game of the weekend. Definitely the best game of the weekend. You should go check the highlights out. If I remember, Future Keys, link all the highlights to every USFL game down below. I'm gonna give him his proper credit to where I looked at the highlights when I didn't record. So the last game of the weekend, and it was over before it started. New Orleans Breakers against Tampa Bay Bandits, and I'm telling you, they got up 14-0, and it was over from there. Cal Slater is probably one of the toughest guys I've seen in football. This dude popped his groin. I think he broke his finger. He has so many elements, bro. And when I say he was out there slanging the football like he was healthy, it was crazy. It was great to watch. He was threw for 266 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. And the ferocity and the defense that New Orleans was playing with was like, wow. They had Tiamu running for his life. Now he made some good runs. Don't get me wrong, he made some good runs, but it never amounted to anything. It literally never amounted to anything. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this. This is why you should watch the USFL, and I'm gonna leave you guys on this. Jonathan Allen made one of the best catches in football, period, this year. NFL, college, it don't matter. It don't matter what it is. So I'm gonna let you guys watch it, and I'm gonna see you guys next week. Peace.